Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be reviewing our exclusive job loss protection program. Job loss protection was created by the Rainy Day Foundation and is backed by one of the nation's leading insurance companies. And it was created for our sellers and our buyers. It was created for the sellers to give them an exclusive differentiator to help them market their property in this tough market with so much competition. Studies show from our Prudential, Georgia office that homes that have job loss protection riders get up to 2.4 times as many calls as homes that do not have job loss protection riders. So it definitely works for the sellers. For the buyers, on the other hand, it gives them peace of mind in today's market that they will have some sort of backing in the event that they lose their job. So let's take a look quickly at what it is. The seller or somebody other than the buyer is going to agree to fund this program. The cost of the program is $500 at closing. So again, somebody other than the buyer. Now, that's step one. Step two is the buyer agrees to attend 24 months of home buyer counseling. Its classes are once a month and I believe an hour or 2 hours in length. They will also agree to do 24 months of homebuyer educational newsletter. Now, as long as they stay in these programs, now mind you, if they miss one, they are out of the program and will not qualify. But if they stay in these programs diligently, they will qualify for up to 24 months of job loss protection and 24 months of access to the emergency relief fund. If you become involuntarily unemployed and you qualify for state unemployment, you may qualify for up to $2,000 a month PITI towards your mortgage payment, or access to the emergency release fund in the case of an emergency. Okay, so this education is geared towards foreclosure prevention, saving money, and all those good traits that we all need to have. All right. So how do you access these materials? Right here is a job loss protection tab, and this is from your intranet. Once you select the job loss protection tab, it will open up My Help Connection homepage. My Help Connection homepage, though, will need a login, username, and password. If you do not have that, please get with one of your management and they will provide that for you. This is a homepage. You will be able to access everything you need, input your clients, and so on from this homepage. Notice at the bottom here, this is where you would order your yard rider signs to put on your listings. Okay, next item, resources. Resources is where you're going to get access to any forms that you'll need or any promotional material. You have help flyers, job loss protection graphics, how can you sleep ads, so on. But you also have the enrollment forms, the privacy policy, and a couple different things you'll need to successfully close and implement the job loss protection. First is seller enrollment form. Once you take a listing, the seller will need to fill out the seller enrollment form and you'll need to submit it with the listing that they agree to participate in the program. Okay, so once you get the seller enrollment form filled out, the next portion is to manage program lock-ins. Again, this was from the home page. You select the manage program lock-ins, add new seller lock-in, and please fill out the information of the seller. Once you do, you add new help lock-in, and they will show up on our list of job loss protection homes. Okay, so you're done with that portion, you're marketing it, and you get a buyer that wants job loss protection. Once they come in and they accept and we get the deal done that they would like job loss protection, you need to come to your listing, log into the system, and add buyer info. This is critical. It needs to be completely filled out and filled out correctly because this is how the Rainy Day Foundation will contact the buyer and get them set up on their program. So again, whatever methods you need to get this information and get it correctly. Okay, so you have the buyer in there now. Now the next item you're going to need is the buyer needs to sign the rainy day privacy policy. This needs to be signed and brought to the closing table. Okay, so now your question might be at this point, well, what if I have a buyer that just wants to take advantage of this? You can take advantage of it as long as the seller agrees. You need to put it contingent in the contract. You need to get them to sign the seller enrollment form and do it the same way you do it with everything else. But it can be used for buyers too if the seller agrees. Okay, so let's review real quick what you're going to need at closing. At closing, you're going to need a copy of the invoice, a check for $500 from somebody other than the buyer, the privacy statement under the resources tab, and the HUD-1. Okay, so that's what you're going to need at closing. Let's go out there and get some job loss protection listings and get that interest going. Thank you so much.